Joining us now is Aaron Newman. He knows several of the people who are aboard that sub, and he also knows what it's like to be inside that very sub, the Titan. He himself took a trip down to the Titanic back in 2021. Aaron, good morning. Let's just start with the breaking news that we have overnight. There were banging sounds that were heard from beneath the ocean. Tell me what your reaction was to that.
Obviously, our focus is just on just hoping for this Hollywood ending to happen. And we know the Coast Guard and everybody else is working so hard. So and the OceanGate crew is working as hard as they can to possibly find this if anything is out there. So it's obviously exciting news. It's promising, but there's work to be done, and that's what the focus is. So not losing any sleep over what's going on and just continue the mission.
It's fairly unique, the perspective you have, because you've actually been on this very submersible. So paint us a picture of what it would be like right now for those passengers who are aboard. What is it like to descend to the ocean in this vehicle?
Well, I mean, it's an amazing journey, right? So many people, and these are not amateurs that are on. Even the mission specialists or the tourists that are on, these are people that have lived on the edge for a long time. So these are people that are excited by this stuff, and the journey is amazing. You're basically going to another planet at the bottom of the ocean like this, 4,000 meter down, and the idea of you're getting in this craft, you're bolted in. It's a tube that's comfortable but not spacious, and at the surface, when you first get in, it gets very hot and stuffy, and so you're layering down, and you have a little packed lunch with you and a little bit of water, but you're planning for the day to be there. And as you start to descend through the water column, it is an amazing journey to see the light very quickly disappear, and within 5-10 minutes, you're in pitch dark, complete dark. And you have the lights from the sub, right? You have the lights from the submersible that you can see outside and internally, but without those, your light is gone at any depth below a couple hundred meters. So anyone in that would be in complete darkness if they didn't have power still at this point. So, and by the time you hit the bottom, the water down there is below what a standard freezing temperature is. So the water is 29, 30 degrees Fahrenheit. So, and that's going to conduct right through that metal. So it was cold when we were at the bottom. You had layered up, you had wool hats on, and we're doing everything to stay warm at that bottom.
Let's talk more about the passengers on board. Like you said, they're not your sort of ordinary civilians. These are explorers, and you know some of them personally. Tell us about them.
Yes, these are. I mean, I'll start with Stockton. He's somebody who had this vision, and he wants to take people to the bottom of the ocean, and he definitely had this vision, and he built it, and so he was an amazing guy, he made a lot happen, and he was on every mission, right? Not every single one, but he was always leading the charge. So here was a guy who was not sitting in the back instructing people. He was leading the charge. So I spoke with him last week about possibly diving in the Azores, and so he was really. This was just the beginning of his vision of what he wanted, and people like PH, the French explorer, he's been down to the Titanic more than anyone else. He's the one that brought up the Las Vegas exhibit. So this is a guy who soft-spoken, humble, but he's probably the leading sub expert out there. And then Hamish, I mean, here's another guy who's broken records and done amazing things. So none of these people were people that I would consider tourists. Tourist is such a bad term. These are people who lived on the edge and loved what they were doing, and if anything's going on, these are people that are calm and thinking this through and doing what they can to stay alive. So this is it's a good set of people.
Aaron, with the moments that we have left, I'm just curious, when you signed all those waivers and legal releases and you're getting in that tube, did you feel safe, or did you feel like I might be rolling the dice here with my life for this adventure?
Listen, we always, I felt safe the whole time. They were a professional crew. They did a lot of training around safety and the backup systems around dropping weights, so I felt very safe. But we are, obviously this is the type of exploration that's doing things. This is not a Disney ride. Right. This is, stuff. We're going places that very few people have been, and this is inventing things. So there are risks, right? And we know that. But all these people accepted that, but now we have to focus on how do we do everything we can to rescue these people and figure out where they are and keep pushing. I mean, I'm a big advocate that we know less about the bottom of the ocean than the surface of the moon. And we need to do more research into this bottom of the ocean, learning about it. There's so much resources and animal life and biology down there. We need to tap into this. And that was what one of Stockton's visions was, how do we do this?
Yeah. Well, Aaron Newman, we want to thank you so much for your perspective, your unique perspective on this.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.